All right, so today we're gonna be talking about this MacBook Air with the M1 processor that I bought for $949. But there's three things that we wanna talk about before we get into that. One, who can kick higher, Dylan or Sam? I pointed at the wrong person, sorry guys. 3, 2, 1, go! That was really close. We have to look at the playback on that one. Also, this is a new house. It's a fixer-upper. It's a work in progress, all right? But it'll get there. And finally, this video is sponsored by Storyblocks. Right now, with all our sponsored videos, we want to have a way to give back to the audience, right? So we do giveaways with gear and other stuff, right? But I think I'm going to stop that, and instead, we're going to give budget to people in the audience to shoot their project.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think that's a good idea?
That's a great idea.
Like yesterday over coffee, we were talking about how cool it would be to like enable the viewers to create stuff. And a lot of times, like the hiccup is just not having any budget there. Now the project could be for whatever purposes. It could be a vlog that you've been wanting to do. It could be a travel video you've been wanting to do. It could be whatever. All right, so now Dylan's gonna be telling you about our sponsor, Storyblocks, while we shoot it with some of our high-end cameras. We're gonna be shooting it in 6K RAW or ProRes 4444. We're gonna try to edit it on this MacBook Air, and then we'll report back on how it was editing that kind of footage. Let's do this.
Have you ever finished a video project and it just felt, well, empty? Like this room, or my soul.
Or my tummy.
Luckily, there's Storyblocks there to fill the black hole in your life with its over 1 million royalty-free stock assets. These include videos, images, music, and graphic templates. Do you think this bathroom is nasty? Well, at least you don't have to be here like I do. So what if I wanted to express through music how much I dislike this room with something appropriate like this? Or how about, if it's just too much of a disaster and I just want to cover it up, let's say with a nicer bathroom. What about a kitten? Or how about a pizza? You know what one of my favorite things in life is? Not this drink, that's not mine, I realize. Is Storyblocks' unlimited all access plan. With one affordable subscription, you have unlimited access to royalty-free downloads. So click the link below and fix your life today.
All right, so I just finished editing this segment on the Air, and I knew this was gonna be fast, but it's really fast. When I first installed Adobe Premiere on here, it gave me a few notifications saying this isn't fully compatible yet, but there is a beta version of Premiere, which just like it sounds, it's still in beta, but it works much more effectively with the M1 processor. Now, I'm sure it's all gonna be combined into one soon enough, so this won't be an issue at all, but I did find myself having to switch back and forth. Now, the beta ran much faster. It was shockingly smooth for a sub $1,000 computer. I was really impressed with what kind of performance I was seeing out of it. But occasionally I would have to switch back to the original Premiere because I did shoot some of this footage in B-RAW with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. And that specific codec requires a free plugin from Blackmagic's site, but for whatever reason, it wasn't working with Premiere's beta. So right now I have the Air hooked up to my monitor with HDMI. And generally when I'm editing, I usually have one or two other tabs open. I keep it to a minimum, but one, I like to usually have a notepad open just so I could punch in some notes, or also have some music playing in the background. And whenever I hear something that works with whatever I'm editing, I go, oh, let me go ahead and save that. So I definitely like to have a few things operating at once. Now let's go ahead and start with the footage from the Arri Alexa Classic. It's only 2K, but it is ProRes 4444, which is a pretty big file. It's a very powerful file, but they tend to be pretty easy to edit. I had it on full res. I slapped a lot on there. I had music tracks. I had a title up top. So I was manipulating it more than just a simple playback. You could actually do a lot of professional work as long as you can edit ProRes, no problem. And being able to apply the LUT and add some audio tracks and all that stuff on top of it while still getting a full res playback, that's awesome. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like to scrub through this at full res. Pretty good, right? It probably slowed down the most with the Canon C70 on the XF-AVC 422 10-bit. Now here's the thing, it is definitely doable, but there's just enough delay after each action to where I started getting a bit frustrated. Now I'm not sure if this is a hardware limitation or just because this format hasn't been optimized, but the A7S III's 4K all-I codec is definitely a bit smoother. It's not 100% there, but this I actually have no problem working with. I would say if you're the type that's constantly shooting at the high-res 4K settings, then this is definitely the the threshold that you want to go into a bigger setup. But again, this is in 4K. Now, the last couple vlogs on my second channel, I've been editing entirely on this MacBook Air, and that I shoot almost all in HD. A lot of the times I completely forgot which computer I was even editing on, especially after I hooked it up to the external display, because it just blasted through it. I was prepared to be really frustrated making this video because I did not think it would be able to keep up with the pace that I wanted to go at, but it really impressed me. I've also been editing some multi-track stuff, and again, I shoot all my stuff in log, so I like to apply a lot to it, and I don't like to transcode or make proxies. I like to just cut it raw and then render if I can get away with it. And I would start off by editing in full res, and maybe once I put so much load onto it, it starts to slow down a little bit. Then at that point, I might drop it a half or maybe a quarter. But I've never gotten to a point where I was so frustrated, I was like, ugh, this computer isn't fast enough. Honestly, the biggest limitation of this thing has probably been the hard drive space. Oh crap, I just realized I'm running late. They're installing internet at the new place, fiber, 1,000 megabits per second. Okay, all right, let's go over that. All right, got a little bit of work done, and good news, I got fiber hooked up at the new place, so check out those internet speeds. Oh yeah, and now my camera's saying I only have 3 minutes of battery left, so I kind of have to hurry, and oh my gosh, what is on my face? And another thing I thought was interesting is how good the reviews are on this laptop. I mean, B&H, 5 stars. Amazon, 5 stars. Not 4.5 stars, 5 stars with 5,304 ratings. Long battery life, one charge will last all day. 16 hours personally tested. Yeah, it lasts forever until you start editing, of course. Speed, quiet, light and portable, high resolution and bright display. Yeah, these are all true. No fan, it's super quiet. And also I noticed that after heavy video editing and rendering, I can still put it on my lap and it's not hot. The other MacBooks I have, once you render something, you put it on your lap, it's hot. But this just gets kind of warm. So I really am kind of blown away at how energy efficient it is, but yet how powerful it is, and it's just not creating much heat. There's no fan. How does this work? He does say he doesn't like that the keyboard is mediocre. I personally don't understand. I mean, like, all keyboards are keyboards to me. I don't know. Most important thing for me personally, at least, is where the computer sits on my pissed off-o-meter when I'm editing. So this is a face that I usually make when the computer is actually really good. Yeah, so if that's the only face I'm making, that's great. So we're gonna put that at a pretty dang fast computer. As we make our way down, we enter the uncontrollable cussing territory, and then into the table slam, table flip, and then eventually just WWE wrestling, like elbow drop snap. Good news is I didn't have to drop kick this because it actually performed really, really well. I mean, honestly, it felt just as fast as the MacBook Pro 16 when I was running the beta. No way, no way. The M1 just rendered this video out faster than the 16. What is going on right now? Now this is definitely case by case. There are times where the 16-inch smokes the Air. I think it has to do a lot with what's optimized and what's not, but still, a $949 laptop has no business being this fast. Honestly, when the 16-inch M1 version comes out, oh my gosh, I'm getting that so fast because this is already fast. What's the MacBook Pro 16-inch gonna be like? I heard we might get an SD card slot back and an HDMI built-in. Oh man, if an SD card is built in, I hate dongles, man. Now, this gets me really excited for a few reasons. I mean, cameras have obviously been dropping in price over the last couple years, but this is kind of like the last hurdle to be able to say, hey, anyone can get a decent camera and edit it like with a pretty decent system. And of course, Final Cut and DaVinci, I hear, works even better with this new system. Honestly, if this was my only editing system, I'd make it work. The internal hard drive space at 256 gigs was pretty limiting, but you know, with an external SSD, should be fine. Like, it's really not bad. Ooh, but back to the exciting stuff. I want to greenlight your projects. And right now, since we don't have any pitches to us just yet, we're going to go ahead and fund $1,500 to Dylan and Sam. They're going to split that and they're going to go ahead and make a project. So you're thinking you're going to do a little short film?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a romantic comedy.
Yeah?
It's called Bro.
Bro, all right. You could use the Blackmagic 6K Pro for that. When you're done with that, we can ship that Blackmagic camera around. So if you guys are watching and you don't have the right camera to shoot it on, we can lend you cameras like the Blackmagic for a week. But let us know if, you know, being able to borrow gear for a week or two, if that would help with the process of making it. That would be cool, because we'd be down to do that.
All right, so we are here in the first scene of Bro.
You know you're only splitting a $1,500 budget.
I thought it was 15,000.
No, it's 1,500. Maybe eventually 15,000, but yeah, I think you went a little bit over budget already.
I did. Dylan, can you tell him to shut it down?
Go get it to shut it down. Sam and Dylan are both working on their projects as we speak. So Greenlight project number 1 and number 2 are already in motion. I'm excited to see your guys's. You could be number 3, 4, 5, 6. We keep going. This is still more of a concept. So let's start off with the next 5 sponsored videos. Each one I will fund at least a minimum of $1,000 for an idea. Now, if you want to enter your idea, you just fill out this Google form thing that I'm going to throw down in the description. It's just going to ask you a few basic questions. And again, I'm still trying to figure out what I need to do to get the system set up to do it legally and all that. So we're going to be limited on who can enter, at least for the first 5, and then we'll take a look at how it went. And then hopefully we can give more access to everybody and maybe bigger budgets and all that stuff. But I need a little bit of time to talk to lawyers, or I don't know, all that stuff. I don't know. If you're a lawyer that knows this kind of stuff, please let me know. Give me some advice here. Like, I want to fund your guys' project. I just don't want to get in trouble for this. So basically, you fill out the form. Everyone, I'll announce the video. And technically, I heard that I'm not allowed to say, oh yeah, this is a giveaway or anything. I'm supposed to say it's a gift that I'm gonna give, and it just happens to land every time I get a sponsor. So the sponsors are absolutely not tied to it. So, you know, you may have noticed that a few times I've had to say, like, Canon is not associated with this giveaway, because they make me put that legal description. I don't know, legal stuff, right? While we're starting it off, you have to be 18 or over and live in the US for tax reasons. Like, I want to eventually open this up to everybody so that anywhere in the world you are, we can pay you. But again, that comes down to like accounting and all that. Things are just complicated, man. I wish I could just like be like, oh, this is a fun idea, let's do it. But unfortunately, the world has to make things complicated. It could be a short film, or it could be a travel video, or it could be whatever. It could be a little Instagram video. I don't really care what it is, but if you have a passion for creating something, I want to make that possible. I'm definitely going to also do a better job about announcing who we're funding and all that stuff, so that you guys can also be a part of, you know, seeing the ideas come to life. And I didn't realize how important it was for me to actually announce who won, because turns out a lot of people don't believe that the giveaways I've been doing are real. But no, we've given away over 100 things on the channel. Now, I was going through some old videos and I saw that this was like the top comment. So apparently a lot of people don't believe that my giveaways are real. No, they're 100% legit. Sam and I have this Google Drive here where we keep track of, you know, who won the Canon 80D, who won the Edichrome, who won, you know, 32-inch LG monitor, DJI drone, all this stuff we keep track of on here. I just do a terrible job of announcing it, so sorry about that. Here are some of the winners for the last 6 months on the Mavic Mini 2, Insta361R, EOS RP, Osmo Pocket, Insta361 X2. 5 people won a Godox MS30, an iPhone, anamorphic lenses, Edichrome slider. 3 people won an Insta360 Go 2, DJI FPV drone, Mavic 2, DJI Pocket 2, Axoon, Cine i2S Pro. Like, people win these things and they get delivered. We just don't really follow up very often. Now, let's say we select your project, we're gonna give you a chunk of it up front, but we're not gonna give you all of it until you finish the video. That's gonna be incentive for you to finish the video. It's too easy to be excited about a video and then not follow through with it. But having that goal at the tail end is really gonna push you through any sort of hurdles that you go, and you're gonna finish and render. And that's what I want, is I want you to not be stuck on an idea or stuck on a video. I want you to push through with it. So that's gonna be incentive for you guys to finish the video. And then we'll kind of start up like a community incubator channel where, you know, I need names for it. Help me think of a name for that channel, but it'll basically be like a showcase of all the projects we've been able to fund. But uploading to this new channel will be an optional thing. I think there's a lot of people that will want to see, oh, what kind of projects get created out of this Greenlight project, is what I'm kind of calling it right now. But Greenlight's like when you officially get a budget approved for a project and then you're good to go. So you can upload it to that channel if you want, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Now, I don't know if this new incubator channel will ever get monetized, but if it does, I did want to figure out a way to, you know, pay some of that AdSense back to the creator, but I honestly, I think that's going to get too complicated. So realistically, what we'd probably do is if it ever starts making AdSense money, then we pay it forward to the future creators that we eventually eventually greenlight. So I want this to turn into a thing that feeds itself. That would be awesome. This is the type of thing that I've been wanting to do, and I've been thinking about how to make something like this happen. So we'll see how it works out. This might fail, so we'll see, but guaranteed next 5 sponsored videos, we're gonna at least give $1,000 each and see where it goes, and hopefully we can keep this going. I eventually want our list of projects that we funded to look like this Google Drive right here for the giveaways. Like, I want it to be huge. I want this to be a catalyst for your guys' idea to go out and actually go out and film it. And I remember when I was starting out filmmaking, like, I was entering contests and I would make $500 here, $1,000 there, and it was so much motivation for me to just say, oh, I can actually make money doing something I love. And I would love to create that sense of possibility and opportunity for you guys on the other side, because you guys are all filmmakers. Well, maybe this is a computer video, so maybe you came here for something else. But most of the subscribers, you're filmmakers, you're creators, you have ideas. Maybe you just want to do a documentary on your family or anything. I don't care what it is, but I just want to know what you want to do, and I want to make it possible for you to do that. I am so freaking excited. But that is all. Link to the Google form down in the description. I can't wait to start picking out winners to fund your project, and I'm just so excited to see what kind of stuff that you guys are gonna go create. So let's make this happen. See you later.
Hey guys, do you like carrots?
No!
Hey guys, do you like pepper?
No!
Hey guys, do you like onion?
No!
Hey guys, do you like patates?
Yeah!
Patates!
But